Hey, beautiful people. Oh man, such a great day. It's a blessing today to be here, to be alive, and just to be here, man. It's always great to be living and living the way you want to. My name is Rashid Mateen, and this is The Quiet Storm. I am the one, the only voice of reason. I am the one that hears your voice in the wilderness. I am the cry of the people. I am the one who is here on a daily walk because I am a follower and believer of Jesus Christ. So, Holy Spirit. I want to share this, man. Whatever you're doing at this time, whatever you're going through, just go through it. Don't let nothing discourage you. Discouragement comes from when you have a certain fear of what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Whatever people are trying to tell you, don't let them tell you because they're discouraged. You stay encouraged. You stay faithful. You have hope in your heart. Whatever situation you're in, let that be the situation you're in. But try not to give people too much of run around or do what's best for you and your family. Do what's best for you and your family. If you're having a good day, you're laughing, you're having a good time, then that's what you go with. You have to go with what's really keeping you motivated. Because we don't know. We can't determine the day, we can't determine the hour or what's going to happen. All we can do is try to live in that day, at that time, at that place. A lot of this time, we don't even know what the next step is or what we're going to follow. But from what I know, is that we inherit the kingdom. The kingdom that I'm talking about is not on this earth. The kingdom that I'm talking about is in heaven. That is the best kingdom to have. But I say that because I say that with an open mind, open heart. Today, I'm celebrating a special day for myself and my family, and I'm celebrating with others. A celebration comes from, a moment in time. At that moment that you spend time with people that really cares for you. It's hard to trust people that you don't even know, but you gotta remember, this is a day we will live. We will live this day by faith and not by sight. And sometimes when you're talking to people about these things, some people might have an idea of what you're saying. Some people might not. But you gotta keep persevering. You gotta keep going on. It's like the story of a man named Nehemiah. He helped the people persevere through their circumstances. See, he led the people, through the circumstances. And Nehemiah, he had 3 different jobs, Those jobs he had, he led people in the right direction, on the right path. Since I've been on this journey, man, it's been something of it's been a walk, a daily battle that I'm facing day in, day out. It's hard to determine that if you can go to this way or that way. But even though, guys, you gotta remember who you are in your daily walk. If you are a believer, of the one who came from, who created you out of dust. If you are a believer in the one that walked the earth 2,000 years ago and died for us, was crucified for us, who had risen from the dead for us, if you're a believer of the one who comes into our hearts because he abides in us as we abide in him, if you are a believer of that, then you should not, I repeat, you should not have a problem confessing that with your mouth. Listen, it says that in the Word. It says that we were born sinners that fell from grace. Now, grace is something that is acquired. Grace is something that, you have to establish your feet on. Grace is something that you spend time with yourself. That's what grace is. But hold on, stay right here.
And you sell for more than the home next door. All for a 1% listing fee when you buy and sell.
Dancing is my life, and making people smile is my calling on this earth. You can imagine the fear I had when I thought I could not dance again. The pain in my feet was that bad. And then I walked into the movie store. And the second I put my foot on that arch support, I thought, I'm going to be able to dance again. And that's what I live for. That's who I am. I have my life back.
Find what you've been missing at the Good Feet store.
I was missing teeth. It was painful to chew. And that's what originally drove me to ClearChoice.
When a patient comes in for their free consultation, oftentimes they're not happy with their dentures. Dental implant procedures, they're more permanent. The materials are made with a higher level of technology.
Implants are like normal teeth. I can now eat whatever.
I'll be right back, guys.
It's wonderful.
Straight 250. Very nice. Whoever has the most points at the end of this round, that person has a shot at $10,000. During the break,
I want to read something. Hello, guys. Hi, welcome back. All right. So, I've been saving these, scriptures that I have. And, I want to read at least one or two for you guys. So you guys will know, what it is that we're here to do. And I'm not going to read all of them. I'm just going to read the one that's in my heart to read for you guys. Because I love you guys, man. I feel like we're a family now. We bonded, we got to know each other. And the main one that I read the most is, let me show you the one that I read the most. I don't know if you can see that. That's the one I read the most. It's from John 8:12. It says, I am the light of the world. If you follow me, you won't have to walk in darkness, because you will have the light that leads to life. John 8:12. Now what that means is you will have light in you. You will have light shining inside of you. Light versus light. Now that's something that we're all walking in darkness in our hearts. We have a cloud over our heads. That's the storm that you always go through. But because we have the light, we have the light that shines brighter than any light, of any light, that's who shines for us. That's who we have to believe in. That's the Messiah that we have. That's the Lord that we worship. He has a burning light, a lampstand for us to burn. That's something we have to follow through on. Another one, let me read another one. Let me read another one for you guys. Let me find another one. Here's one. It says, through Jesus, there is forgiveness in your sins. Everyone who believes in him is made right in God's sight. You may have this tremendous burden on your heart. I say burden, because sin sounds very harsh. Or I could say sin. Which one you decide to put in your mind. We walk around with daily emotions and feelings and anger inside of us. But it's hidden. It's a battle. But remember, you are the light of the world. You have to believe that he is inside of you. He said, if you follow me, you won't have trouble on your walk. That's something that we're facing every day.
Museum.
We're walking in darkness. He said you won't have trouble if you walk in the darkness. But he said if you believe in forgiveness,
Potter headmaster.
you will have him, you will walk right in God's eyes, which means you will have the sight that God has, which means that if you walk in, full of him because of Christ, you will have God inside you. Now that's a good one. You guys should take, I'm gonna pick one more and then we're through with these, okay? I don't want to take too long with this. I am chosen. I am not a mistake. I am here on purpose to do something God has called me to do.
Gift shop was 1,000.
You're not a mistake.
So interesting because
We have been chosen
Whitney
on purpose.
didn't do well with this answer.
You're here to do something. Whatever God has called you to do, whatever you're called to do, that's what it is you're supposed to be doing. Okay? Remember that, guys. These are my daily devotionals. This is what I read, day in, day out. And I have my reasons for it. I'm reading that to you because this is what I read, you guys. This is what I share day in, day out with myself. And there's nothing wrong with that. Catcher, get out, baby. Get out. Get out, my daughter. Get out. Thank you. Catcher, get out. Now, remember that book, I'll show you a better way to think? Change your life one positive thought at a time. Positive thoughts is what changes us, make us better. Let me share some with you guys. Okay. When you have positive thoughts, where does it come from? It's hard to have these kind of thoughts when you're around people that's not positive. All right, let's look at something. To act on what you want, to become something do something about it. Whatever you're acting on, that's what you want. But you have to do whatever you're acting on. A lot of people act, but they don't do. So whatever you're doing, you gotta act on it. Got your cup.
1,000 Red Bull, 500 Birkenstock, those ugly sandals, 500 another 1,000. You have 5,000 parties. Freak out. You have won the game, Darren. Congratulations. Jake, you get up here. This is a fabulous
Sorry about that, guys. As I was saying, whatever you're acting on, change it. Change whatever you're acting on because it's going to turn into toxic thoughts. You don't want to have toxic thoughts. So that's self-talk. You don't want to have thoughts that cause other problems for other people. You want to have thoughts that don't lead you astray. You want to have thoughts that can change the course of how you're feeling. Some people like those thoughts, but those thoughts are toxic. Don't let them be toxic, you guys, okay? You see the scriptures I read to you? Those scriptures are saying that we walk in darkness, but with his light inside of us, we don't have to walk in darkness. We can walk right. And sometimes you got to walk right. John 8:12 saying, I am the light of the world, which is my very favorite scripture in all the Bible. I am the light of the world. If you follow me, you won't have to walk in darkness because, you will have the light that leads to life. You will have light that leads to life. That means if you walk with Christ, God will be walking with you that will lead you to a better life. His kingdom and his way is better for us to walk right. But we have to continue. This is a daily walk, you guys. This is not easy for none of us. We're dealing with an enemy that we can't see. We're facing ourselves daily. He's battling our thoughts daily. And it's hard to determine where he's coming from. We can't see this enemy, but he exists. We think we don't. So he's making us think that he doesn't exist, but he does. Let me share something else with you guys, because I don't want that to be what we're talking about.
You get an all-in-one plan designed to fit your needs and support your total well-being.
Let's talk about something. How do you get a clear focus on things? How do you get a clear perspective? A lot of people have a hard time with this. The best perspective to have is to pray. Prayer is a powerful, powerful tool. Prayer is what brings people to the light. Prayer is what God hears to bring us to the light. God hears your prayer. He hears you, but you have to pray for things that He wants you to be specific and bold. Bold prayers get bold answers. But see, the thing is, we don't give Him those bold answers. Okay, here, let me share. It's difficult to slow yourself down to meditate, pray, or even concentrate on reading something such as this book. Everyone's mind wanders, so relax, you're normal. It's hard to be normal. It's hard to relax. Your mind is always wandering on things that are not important to you. You don't know who you are unless you sit down, relax, and read a book and find out who you really are. You have to pray on the things that you want and concentrate on those things. It's very difficult, you guys. Nothing's easy. Nothing comes easy. This is not an easy, this is a daily walk. Daily walk, you guys. This is daily. We balance our thoughts, we balance what people say, we balance emotions, we balance situations, we balance where to stay, we're having an inside battle with an enemy we can't see. Now that's very difficult to live by. Now you guys may not agree to what I'm saying because you might say, oh, it's taking too long. Let me share something with you. Everything you do at this point is very difficult. We don't know why it's difficult, it just is. But you have to meditate on what you're saying to people, because people will find a way to piggyback off of what you have meditated on earlier. Say, oh, okay, I remember what you said. You have to live for the day. You have to live. Make yourself normal. Normal is never an easy thing for none of us, because people want us to be people that we're not. We can't be that. You can't be a pretender. You gotta be who you are and what God made you to be. Now, that's a tough. Listen, that's very tough. Okay, being somebody that you're not, it's tough. You can't pretend to be that. Be who God made you to be. Be what He made you, and that's all. Be yourself. Be what God created you to be, what your purpose may be. You're not here on purpose. You're here to do something, but what? You can't expect people to find it for you. You got to pray to the Lord for what it is. And that's a lot of things to look at, because you know what? Your mind begins to wander a lot. Your mind wonders. Oh, should I do this? Oh, what if I do this? Oh, what if I do that? People mind wander 24/7 about the same things they've been wondering for years and years and years. They let that wandering turn to negative self-control. You have self-control inside your mind, but you got to figure out which direction to go with your thoughts. If you say something from your mind and then your thoughts follow, that's what's going to come from your mouth to your mind, because you're letting your thoughts follow your mind. Whatever's in your mind, your thoughts are going to follow through your mouth and your actions and your word and your expression. That's why you have to renew the way you think. Whatever you're thinking, rethink of something different. Change it with something encouraging. That way, when people talk to you, your words will come out encouraging and won't come out discouraging. Get the picture? Then they'll meditate on it. They'll come out, oh man, I remember what you said earlier. That's the type of reaction you want to get from people. Something that you said earlier that made it made it more encouraging and more inspiring for them. You gotta inspire people. It's not an easy thing. This is not, like I said, this is a daily walk. Walking with the Lord is daily. This is not something you could just, conjure up and think it's going to go away. No. This is a daily walk. I didn't say it was going to be easy. I just said it's a daily walk. Now, let me read you guys something else. All right, let's read something. Okay, let's say memories. Memories are made up of bits and pieces from what we remember of the past. They're not based entirely on facts. They're more like a collage, including feelings, images, perspectives, and fragments. Remember, that's what memories are. When you remember things, they're made of bits and pieces, of fragments of your mind. Things you went back in time to try to, that's here and now, that's affecting you as you're older. That thing that you did back there is coming to the light now. It's coming to your surface in your mind because you're not renewing what you're thinking. So you're that same old person you was 5-10 years ago. Why you not trying to change that? Because number one, you're keeping that lingering thought in your mind. You're not trying to renew with something that's positive. You're trying to get rid of it, but you can't because it's too deep inside your mind. That's the self-control. That's the memory that's staying there. That's what you're concentrating on. That's what you're focusing on instead of focusing on change. Putting a different thought in your mind. When you talk to people, they're like, oh, there's nothing wrong with being quiet, guys. But you gotta, She right there, mama. No, you're alone in the bathroom, mama. You gotta find what's important to you, guys. Okay? Change comes with perseverance. Change comes with getting rid of your old thoughts. Change comes with, knowing who you are at that moment. Change comes with your actions, your words. Change comes with being a light that shines in the world. Change comes with different thoughts and different ways you process information. That's how change starts, you guys. You gotta take those fragments that you had, bits and pieces, and make it into something impactful. You don't know what people are thinking. You can't assume that. All you can do is make a change to yourself. Change what you're thinking. Change it. Don't be that same person 5-10 years ago. Don't let your old self turn on. It's hard. I know. It's not easy being something you're not. Don't pretend to be something you're not. Be yourself. Be what you were born to be. Be what you were made to be. Be what God created you to be. And be that. Be that it may. It may be difficult for you guys. But you have to be it. So you can be that light that people see. Okay? Alright. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Let's talk about something. Okay. Now, I know there's a lot of people talk about the situations they have, and they keep going on and on about it. You can't keep talking about the same situation over and over. Something you had is what you had at that time, but the situation changed. Now you're a different person. They say, oh, you talk a lot. Okay, that's called communication. Okay? You have to talk. Because if you don't, people are like, okay, I'm talking to this person, he's listening, but is he responding back? It takes a while for a person to get what you're saying in their brain. Because you got to slow down the words. You got to be quick to learn, slow to listen. You gotta understand what it is up here you're trying to listen to. Because information comes in, it can go out, it can go one way. You have to find out what people are telling you by just listening and picking up on communication skills. That takes years of practice. There are different ways of communication. You know, nonverbal, verbal, you know, touch, seeing, you know, communication can happen so many ways. You don't have to talk to a person to get to know them. You can be nonverbal. You can use sign language. You know, you can use a different language. But English is a good language to learn because everybody knows English. Not everybody. But it's practice. Okay? Just remember. Alright, guys. Let's see. Okay, the main thing is keeping your problems alive and keep feeding those problems. Don't keep feeding what's alive inside you. Change it. Change that what's you're feeding. Get rid of it. You're feeding the same thoughts. You're feeding whatever's inside of you. Keep that negative energy inside of you.